Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Sez the Vet. I'm going to be talking quickly about what people normally describe as abscesses bursting out on the side of the face in your Kune Kune pigs here in New Zealand. See you soon. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Sez the Vet. This one's going to be a quick one. I just wanted to have a quick chat about jaw abnormalities in Kune Kune pigs because it is so common here in New Zealand. It's usually described as a swelling or called as an abscess on the face. So basically Kune Kunes are a breed of pig found here in New Zealand, and I know they are elsewhere in the world as well. But the name Kune Kune means fat in the indigenous Māori language, and they have been bred to be short and fat with stubby legs and very pushed in cute little snouts. So they are very cute, awesome little personalities as well. So they became really popular here in New Zealand. Unfortunately, back in the 80s, there was only about 50 individuals left in New Zealand. And then the population of beloved family pets has all arisen from just those few individuals. So a very small gene pool, which as most people know, puts any species at high risk of genetic abnormalities, right? So we have ended up with in Kune Kunes, a jaw deformity really, which is where we end up with large cavities in the jawbone sitting behind the bottom teeth of the bottom jaw. So over time what happens is food gets crammed in so tight into those cavities that it pushes through into the mandible, into the jawbone here that sits at a right angle. It infects the bone and the food ferments because it's made out of grass and roots and plant material, right? So it ferments, and now when food ferments it produces gas. So the infection tracks back here, there's gas produced which rises, so it pushes up the back of the bone there and eventually will burst out the side of the face. Now it can burst out anywhere along the jaw, up here, up higher, right up at the top of the temporomandibular joint, even around the eyes or the forehead. It's often carrying infection with it, so you may or may not see pus, but a real telltale sign is actual food material coming out of the hole. So this is super common, unfortunately. I do see it a lot. The good news is that once it bursts out, they can often go on to live many more seemingly perfectly happy years. The bad news is that they will almost certainly have it on both sides. It does seem to be on both sides, just with one side more progressed than the other. So eventually you may see it bursting out the other side as well. It will be there too. The worst news, unfortunately, is that it's important to understand that the bone is infected with all that food material crammed in there, and we can't stop the food from cramming in. So we can never truly fully clear that infection, you know. So eventually the pig may become or will become painful and lose weight, and at that point there's not a whole lot more that we can do about it. I wish there was. Now, depending on where it burst out along the jaw here, changes kind of the long-term prognosis, the long-term outcome. So you do need to get a vet out that's comfortable diagnosing pigs. It will need an examination and diagnosis, likely antibiotic treatment for the immediate infection, and occasionally surgery to actually help create a draining tract there if it hasn't burst out on its own. So she will need medical attention. But longer term, you do need to understand that you need to consider management, environmental and nutritional management, such as flushing the hole daily if the pig will let you. I do actually have a couple of clients that use garden hoses, and while the pig's eating they just shove it in and all the water flushes out the mouth, so that's nice and easy. But just with water, and then try and feed a soft food. So soft slurried food, I often recommend soaking the pellets, add in some wet dog food unless they're horrifically overweight already, blend it up. So you're just trying to slow down the impaction of that food in the jaw, so softer food is going to fall out easier again, you know. Now remember, of course, there are absolutely other issues that can cause swelling in the face of your pigs, which is again where your vet comes in, but do keep an eye out for this common condition that I've just described. Okay guys, all right, I'm going to leave it there for now. Rock on. I'll catch you next time for another episode of Sez the Vet. Thanks for checking in. Please ask any questions, discuss down below. I will jump on and try and answer the first few when I've got the time. And I will see you next time. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll keep you in the loop when the next videos come out. All right guys, see you later.